Have you ever thought how water tank operate? I'm not talking about how water tank supplying water, but the automated way of filling itself. Because without it, the tank may overflow or be empty if no one is monitoring it, right? Guess what? There is something we call float switch. In our case, float switch is used to switch on or off the pump. Float switch is either in floating position or in downward position. Each has their own actuating command depending on your purpose. For instance, you are using two float switches. One is for high level switch and the other one is for the low level. When the volume of water inside the tank reaches the limit where the high level switch will move up, the actuating command to the pump is turned off. Of course, the low level switch is also in floating position. To make it simple, the pump will only activate when both switches are in the same position. When both are in floating position, the pump is turned off. When both are in downward position, the pump will turn on. Get the idea? Now we're going to the control circuit of the float switch and the motor that controls the pump. Are still with me? If not, you can always ask questions or replay the video. Don't worry, I got you. This is the power circuit and this is the control circuit. Now let's focus on the control circuit. Since we are using float switch to automatically control the pump, we have to combine it with manual using the selector switch. Let's review the manual way of controlling the pump. After selecting manual, you press the start button. As soon as you press start, the current will flow, the coil will energize, this contact will close, the current will continuously flowing, these contacts will also close, and the motor is now running. Now when you want to stop the motor, you press stop, this line will cut, the coil will de-energize, the contacts will open, and now the motor has stopped. Now let's discuss the automatic way of controlling the pump. The selector switch is now in automatic mode. Let's assume that the level of the tank is in low level. So the low level switch is in downward position. The current will flow here and energize the coil. This contact will close. The current will continuously flowing. These contacts will also close and the motor is now running. Now let's assume that the level of the tank is in high level. The high level switch is now in the floating position. The current will flow here and energize the coil of the second magnetic contactor. The contact here will open and cut this line that will cause the coil of the first magnetic contactor to de-energize. This one will open and now the motor has stopped. Keep in mind that even in manual mode, the high level switch should also be applicable. For instance, you start the pump and you forgot to turn it off. The high level switch will prevent an overflow to the system. Got it? To show you the actual circuit, here is Engine Cadet Gabot and Engine Cadet Gadgadan to discuss the operation.
Today, we are going to explain the three-phase, direct online, automatic, and manual motors starting off pumps. The circuit, we already make it, so let's just go into simulate.
This will be our selector switch where you can choose automatic and manual. This will be our motor. We should connect the pump here. Imagine that this is our tank. This will be this serves as our high level and low level. Inside, you can see the float switch. Let's see if this will work.
As we have seen that the lamp is lit already, this is just a dial indicator for the low level of your content of your tank.
So in our diagram, this will be the white light will be our source light. This red light will indicate that the motor is stopped. Later we will see if the green light will lit and the red light will not lit when the motor will start.
So in this part, we have three scenarios. Like for example, you are on watch and you will start the pump manually. However, you have forgotten to stop it because you have been instructed with an urgent matter. So in this selector switch, we are going to switch on manual mode. Okay, as you can see here in our beaker, the low level flow switch is partially submerged. However, the indicator light is lit, so it means that it is low level. So I'm going to start the pump. See? So as soon as you starting the pump and you forgot to switch off manually, the high level flow switch will automatically turn it off. Let's assume that it's filling up already. So I will submerge this one. Let's just imagine that it's reaching the high level flow switch.
This is our high level flow switch.
See? Now let us also do the automatic start stop of pump.
Wow.
So I'm going to select the automatic. So there, it's already in automatic mode. Then let us witness it will work. You lift up the high float level. Okay. So this is the low load level switch.
So this means
Already
that
engaged.
your tank is empty.
Yes.
So both of the high level and low level flow switch are not submerged in water.
So let's just assume that your tank is filling up already. Of course, the one that will be submerged first is the switch of low level. And the next one will be the high level switch, and it will automatically shut off your motor pump.
See? Wow.
So
Magic.